Welcome to another episode of Just One Thing, where training gym owners get actionable insights to build their dream business. So I'm again with the legendary Tom. Tom, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Yeah. So
what's our subject today? Bring it on, man. Let's go.
Let's go. So Tom, last time we spoke about the concept of reinventing ourselves, and that got me thinking. I listed out 3 additional questions I had. So I'm going to ask you one at a time. For this particular episode, you spoke about how when you reinvent yourself, you got to let go. You have to be comfortable in letting go of some of your existing clients to embrace and make room and space for bringing in new clients. The question is, those clients have been with you. They supported you in your journey so far. How do you break up with them? What do you say and what do you not say? Because you build this gym for the community, and now suddenly you're saying you don't want to service them. Like that from an internal, it causes conflict internally. How do I grapple with that? I mean, I want to do right by my business, but I also want to do right by my clients.
You're being too subtle. You have to fire them. Sometimes you just have to fire the clients. If you think about it, it's a very volatile mix in a gym. The most training gyms, if they're right, all training gyms, you're really dealing with the top 40% in your community by education and affluence. We don't get that typical, I always laugh, Bubba, his hat's on backwards. He drives a beat up pickup truck and lives in a trailer, and he pays $9 a month to belong to a chain gym. He's not our guy in the training gym. We usually get, physicians, school teachers, educators, doctors, lawyers, attorneys. We get people of, money that come to these gyms. The other side of that is the people with money. Sometimes they're, I'm spending money in here. I want things my way. And you have to work with assumption that a lot of people hate change. The first thing you say is, boom, I'm going to make change in here. I'm going to redesign the gym. Well, if you do this, I'm quitting. I'm out of here. Friend of mine has a very successful gym, or had one for years and years, finally sold it. It was 40, he had it 40 some years. It was the oldest gym of all Louisiana. And he got rid of the gym, but there's a time in there where we took out a bunch of old blue and black Nautilus chain driven. That's how old it was. There was a room of it, and there was probably 30 old guys that used it out of maybe 2,500, 3,000 members. And I said, you got to get rid of it. And we did. He wanted to get rid of it, but it cost him probably 20 members, because they go, if it goes, we go. Well, we have all this other equipment. This is what we want to do. But he needed the space. It was the right decision to make, and he had to fire clients to get there. So what does that necessarily mean? An obvious thing is they set an appointment for training and then they don't show up. It pisses owners off. It's like, oh my, I've got clients and they're not showing up, and it's costing me money, and I've got limited time anyway in the morning, and these crazy people. And like, okay, settle down, settle down. Okay, one, how many clients do you have in this gym? 150. Okay, how many are problems? 4. I go, okay, it's not everybody. So most gym owners are absolutists. How bad's business? It's horrible. I'm dying. How many members are mad at you? All of them. It's just, it's not the case. It's in this case 4, or 7 or whatever the number is. It's small. And I go, okay, now rank them in order of 1 to 7. Let's say there's 7 of them. Who's the worst offender and who's the least worst of the 7 that cause you the most problem? And instantly they go, Mrs. Johnson, crazy woman, it's her. It's, they know right away it's 1. And I said, here's what you do Monday. So 1, you always talk to your attorney about firing members. You only need to do it once or twice, and they'll give you kind of a protocol on how to do it. So I believe in the 3 strike rule. And so I tell my attorney, yes, I give a warning, I give a second warning, then I toss. And the attorney knows, that way they can defend me if there's any paperwork I need to do, what we need to do. So here's how it usually works. Again, always run it by your attorney, but this is how it normally works with the attorney supervision. I bring Mrs. Johnson in and I say, look, Mrs. Johnson, this isn't working. I'm going to have a witness there. I'm going to have my manager, my lead trainer, somebody's going to be sitting in the corner. They don't say a word. They're just there. I said, Mrs. Johnson, you're scheduling all these. You schedule twice what you need because I know you don't want to miss anything. So you schedule every single one and then you show up to half of them. Ma'am, with due respect, that's costing me a lot of money because you're keeping other people out. What can we do to solve this problem together? So the first one is very gentle. It's like, what can we do together to solve this problem? Well, I just don't want to miss. And, I just do these. I said, look, here's what has to happen. I'm going to tell you now that's not working. You're costing me a lot of money. I'm going to ask you formally to please not do that anymore. If you do, there will be a point that I will have to let you go as a member of this gym. And that usually corrects that right away because they really don't want to be tossed. Now, some of them are position and posture. Well, how dare you do that? I was here first. I was one of your earliest, blah, blah. I said, you're costing me a lot of money, ma'am. With due respect, can we solve this together? What do you need for me to solve this problem? Well, I need to be able to get anyone I want to get in when I want to get in. Well, you can't do that, ma'am. There's other members here. Well, you need to open up more slots in the morning. She may be right. That's something we talked about in the last episode about reinvention. We may have outgrown our business system and the members are balking at it. But if it's just Mrs. Johnson being a pain, I give her a warning. Then 2 weeks later, she's done it to me again. I bring her back in, got the witness in the corner. Mrs. Johnson, we talked about this. Here's what's happened last week. I give her the document. I write this up. I'm keeping all this in a file locked up. And I said, Mrs. Johnson, I'm going to tell you right now, you did it again. I will tell you if this happens one more time, I will cancel your membership immediately. I said, do you understand that, ma'am? And she either cries, sobs, apologizes, or they get adamant and want to walk away, whatever. You know what? I don't care at this time. I've got 1 out of 150. And keep in mind, if that member is pissing you off, it's probably pissing off all the rest of your members because they know it's her.
Right.
Third strike, I bring her in. I said, Mrs. Johnson, I checked. You already paid for this month. So here's a check for the refund. I always personally give an extra $5 or so in case I missed $1 here, $1 there. I don't want her ever coming back in the gym. I don't want her to tell her attorney I undercharged. I didn't give her money back. Here's your check. You're canceled immediately. I am so sorry this didn't work out. May I recommend this gym down the street? I think you may be more comfortable there because it's definitely not working here. I'm sorry this didn't work out, but my apologies. I'm going to have to send you on your way. And I cancel her. And I walk her to the door. And she's done. I'm done with her. The most important point is never, ever own a business you're afraid to go into because you've got a pain in the ass members that ruins your own experience in your own business. Some members just don't get it. You can't fix them. You can't change them. You need to fire them. You need to throw them out. If there's ever a day where you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to go in a little later day because I know this person is in the gym at this time. When you're avoiding your own members in your own gym, you've got an issue. The big picture is it's affecting your entire business. But keep in mind, if you got 150 members, it's not 150 people that probably hate you. It's probably 4, 7, put them in order, get rid of the worst offender. Next week, another one. And once you get 2 or 3 of them, your business settles down.
That makes perfect sense. I appreciate these insights, and I'm sure the viewers will enjoy this as well. And that will give them the courage and the energy they need to start firing members, ones that no longer fit the bill for them. So thanks again, Tom.
Fire 1 a week until you're caught up. You'll feel better. Thanks, Sumit.